So welcome to another segment of my mathematics videos as we continue looking at the frustum of a cone. Now, like I told you, I said I'm going to use a different method that you feel, may be easy for you to actually remember in case you have just been told to find the volume of a frustum of a cone. This sample question coming from ECZ exam, so that is coming from the Examination Council of Zambia, was saying the diagram below shows a frustum that is TQRS of a cone. Then they want us to take our pi to be 3.142. And given that US, meaning the radius of the smaller circle on top, remember, let me call it small r. So the radius of the smaller circle on top is 3 centimeters. And UV, the height of the frustum, remember this is the height of the frustum that they have given us, in this case is equal to 10 centimeters, and RV, meaning the radius of the bigger circle at the bottom here, which is the bigger circle at the bottom, is equal to 8 centimeters. And the question says calculate its volume, and that question will be carrying 6 marks in your exam. So how can you go about it? Well, to find the volume of the frustum, you can apply the formula V is equal to, pi h over 3. Then what you do is that you get the bigger radius, the radius of the bigger circle at the bottom, you square that, plus you can get the radius of the smaller circle, you square that, plus the product of the radius of the bigger circle, the radius of the bigger circle multiplied by the radius of the smaller circle. So that's the formula that you can actually apply, after I've actually reduced it. So now, where in this case our pi has been given, but remember the height that you have been given here, h, which is simply representing the height of frustum. You don't need to start finding the height, so you just need to take the height of the frustum that you have actually been given. So let's try to replace and try to see what the volume of the frustum is. So our pi is 3.142 over 3. Remember, you are multiplying by the height. In this case, our height is a 10 there, open bracket. What is the radius of the bigger circle at the bottom? It is 8. So that is actually equal to 8. So that is 8 raised to the power 2, plus the radius of the smaller circle on top, which is a 3 squared, plus you multiply the bigger radius times the smaller radius. So that is what we mean. So if you multiply 3.142 times 10, that is simply going to give us that is going to give you 31.42 divided by 3. Let's work out what is inside of the square root. If you are able to see that, it will be 8 squared, which is going to give me a 64, plus 3 squared, which is a 9, plus 3 times 3 multiplied by 8, that will give us a 24. So we add what is inside, so it is going to be 64 plus 9 plus 24, so that will give us a 97. So my volume will be 31.42 divided by 3 multiplied by 97. Now, of course, if you multiply that, in simple terms 97 times 31.42, that is giving me 3047.74. Then we divide it by the 3 that we have. So divide by 3, it is giving me a value of 1015.91, and so on and so forth. But the question is, sometimes they tell you to leave your answer to 3 significant figures. So 1, 2, 3, I'll look at the number in front. It is more than 5, so I'll add a 2. So that is going to be 102. But of course, to maintain the place value, you add a 0. Now, because this is the volume, this is supposed to be in cubic centimeters. So it is 1020 cubic centimeters. So that is the volume of the frustum that we have been given. You can see, if you remember this formula, you can easily find the volume of a frustum without, struggling. Please watch out for my more videos as I show you now on a pyramid of a cone. I'll do some more practice question, but I'll show you also on the pyramid, on a frustum of a pyramid, I mean. Thank you.